You know, there's some times in our lives where we have to encourage ourselves. We have to look back and grab a memory where we overcame, where we were delivered from a place that was not a pleasant place. For me, that day was a beautiful February day in Tampa, Florida. I woke up nauseous. I felt like there was an elephant sitting on my chest. I knew I had to make it to the bathroom, but when I stood up, I was dizzy. My heart was violently attacking me. I had no indication. I ate a Mediterranean diet. I worked out, no family history, so this was a surprise. I crawled through the bathroom door and I passed out. I woke up again and realized that all of my systems were in shock. I was wet from head to toe. I was sweating. I had voided in my sweatpants. I couldn't move. I couldn't call out. I finally got the courage to pray. And I gave up. I gave up to what I thought was the inevitable. The next time I woke up, I was on my living room floor with a phone under my head and a voice saying, Miss, stay with us, miss. Help is on the way. Do you have aspirin? Is your door unlocked? Do you have pets? How old are you? The voice never waited for an answer. Soon, I heard sirens through the phone and then outside my apartment. And suddenly there were footsteps, heavy footsteps, running toward my apartment door and into the door, and they came toward me as I was lying there on the floor. They cut the rest of my clothes off. I was naked. I didn't care. I was so embarrassed and in so much pain. They were talking to me. They were talking to each other. They were talking to the hospital. They were putting monitors on me, and finally an oxygen mask over my face. I heard them say, she is so cold. Her pressure's so low, we can't give her anything for the pain. I couldn't talk. All I could do was listen, and I panicked. They rolled me up in a sheet. They took me 3 stories down to the ambulance. On the ambulance, the only thing I remember inside the jiggling and the moving and the fear that I felt was someone saying, Tyra, stay with us. Tyra, stay with us. The next thing I remembered, I woke up in a room with a sea of blue faces. The only thing I could see were their eyes. I couldn't even tell gender. They were hustling and bustling, and finally a voice said to me, Tyra, I'm Dr. Hopkins. I know you're in pain. We can't help you. Your pressure is too low. But I'm going to make you feel better, so you just hold on. I couldn't do anything else. I did not know that pain. I had never met that pain. I could not imagine the pain I was feeling. A tear. I felt a tear on my face, but I didn't know I had the strength to cry. I was totally powerless and in pain. So I lay there, and eventually a new pain came all the way up my leg, through my body, and joined the elephant on my chest. I'm thinking, no, not more pain. What will I do? Eventually felt like an eternity, I found I could breathe. It hurt, but I could breathe. The elephant slowly got up. I still couldn't talk. I was so weak. And Dr. Hopkins asked the nurse to turn my head to the left. Tyra, look at that monitor. That's your artery that was totally blocked when we brought you in. The nurse turned my head to that monitor. He said, Tyra, look. That's your heart pumping new life into you. He said, there's one thing I don't understand. He said, we've been with you for an hour and a half. We don't know how long you've been unconscious, and your heart has no damage. I think by the time you complete a monitored rehab program, your heart is going to be as strong as mine. He said, I don't understand it. I don't think anybody in this operating room understands it. Even in my weakness, I felt another tear of gratitude roll down my cheek. I knew what that was. The promise that had been made to me my entire life. I will never leave you nor forsake you. That promise had been kept. And the grace that lived within me, the power, the provision, the protection of grace that lived within me carried me through that moment. And I was delivered.